Hello and welcome. I am Geran and these are my 5th impressions of Orwell. This is the investigative point-and-click social media privacy invasion game, which I have already done 4 impressions on. The first will be linked to the end of the video. All 4 are linked in the description. I highly advise you check those out first because this is a heavily story-based game and it's following straight on from the rest. I also think that this is the last impressions I will do on Orwell because this is the 5th and final episode of the game. Remember that if you want to have your say on future first impressions, please consider pledging to my Patreon linked in the description. Under the Spreading Chestnut Tree. What a weird episode name. Oh, Catherine, hello. Good morning, investigator. Since you're the most powerful investigative tool at your disposal, I suspect you already know who I am. You, on the other hand, have been mediocre so far. You could not save the circle more, but at least you got the prime suspect. You will do better. I will be your new advisor on this case. This has become far too important to leave the case to an advisor with an exposed identity. Symes is well, but no longer fit to work on Orwell. Moving forward, we will not speak about him again. As far as you are concerned, he never existed. With yesterday's reveal of Orwell, sympathisers of this terrorist group have taken to the streets. We need to show all of the nation Orwell is keeping them safe. We won't allow some fools to trample on everything we have achieved. We must get rid of the imposer pretending to be Abraham Goldfels, find out who did it, and where they're hiding. 3 top stories, negotiations renewed, anti-Orwell protesters gather. It seems people are really trusting of a group that's just been outed as suspects of a terrorist organisation. I'm not sure I believe that. And house of exposed government employee vandalised. It seems people attacked Symes' house, but again, I'm not entirely sure I'd believe that people would just do this on the word of a suspected terrorist organisation. Alright, admittedly, lots of people would, but I don't think there would be enough people as this sort of claims. Joseph Langley's arrest report. New picture. I got the achievement unlawful arrest when he was arrested. That implies he doesn't actually have anything to do with this. What's going on here? We've got Harrison. Oh. Wow. They've been busy. Oh, no, they're all contacts from him. And this is the email he sent out to Cassandra, Joseph, Juliet, Harrison, and Nina. Members of Thought, my dear friends, as you have all experienced today, we're being besieged by the government. They've denounced us, called us terrorists, and turned the public against us. Their days are about to come to an end. We must meet like we did in the old days when we had our meetings in Cafe Chestnut. Conference at 4 p.m. on Monday. Well, that's tomorrow? I think it's Sunday now? A gathering? We know Abraham Goldfels is dead. Someone must be impersonating him. This is clear as crystal. So I suddenly doubt that he is actually dead? As soon as someone goes, well, this is really obvious, then that makes me, think again. We have time for 20 data chunks. Well, that's an interesting limit that I wasn't expecting. It really should say what day of the week it is, because, it was Saturday yesterday, so it's Sunday now, and I can only process 20 data chunks, whereas in the past, I could upload 7 in 7 seconds, and they'd all be processed in time. This is really arbitrary. Ghosting. From Marsa. You must think I'm stupid. First you don't tell me where you're going because you need to ghost, then hours later you don't answer your phone. I called Pers, asking for you, and she told me you were at Cyber Cafe Chestnut yesterday. He furiously wrote something on his PC, the blog post, and then stormed back out, only to meet Juliet, meaning you're back in action with this shitty group and her. Wow, okay, they've broken up. A tip for keeping a girlfriend: A, don't call her kiddo, and B, don't do this. I'm not particularly interested in the love life of a terrorist. Yeah, alright, fair enough, I did fuck that up. I've got to be really careful about what I upload. I'm used to just uploading absolutely everything. This is where Harrison did his dirty work, probably thinking we'd not be able to track him. We will track him down. I've gone through the information we have on the remaining suspects. O'Donnell predicted the bombings. This alone makes him suspect. We are yet to clarify why he would frequenting a drugstore so often. Oh, yeah, of course, I forgot about that. Why would he have 2 health insurances? I don't think it is him. No, I don't think he is. I mean, it's lining up like that, but I really don't think it is him because he was too angry. I think if he was only faking being angry to pretend he wasn't the mastermind and sort of aware of a lot of this, then he would, I don't know, not do it this poorly. Chestnut Cafe. Alright, lobby. Oh, here's the in the branching shadow of the chestnut tree or whatever it was. The hosts, there is Persephone, Rattlesnake, Marsa, which is interesting, and Harrison. Okay. Normally I would just chuck that straight in, but I'm not sure that is relevant. Wow. Just listing their user devices, that's going to make it really easy to track people. Here we have Harrison's PC. Harrison's emailed Juliet. Oh no, sorry, it's a chat with Juliet. This is interesting. Why did you leave Abe's? Implying that he's somewhere at Abe's, or that's where they were hiding out? She isn't pleased that he exposed a government employee, not because it was, a very cruel thing to do to the employee, but because it means they're going to be targeted. He reckons that the people saying, oh no, that terrorist cell aren't evil, are going to protect them. Then they talk about the email that they got from Abraham, and all of a sudden he's back and he has a plan, implying that he was sort of gone for a while, and they're definitely attending the conference call at 4. Juliet is hiding somewhere she's not stayed before in the last 24 hours. I don't think I need that because I don't think I need Juliet. Harrison's phone is missing. Again, I'm not sure if that's necessary for me to take. Harrison's PC. TNO ideas. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this thing that he began to write was. I mean, that's presumably document? TNO. Thought something? I don't know. But it's like a beginning of a story about him and Thought. Browser history. He searched for Benjamin Costigan. I really don't think I should put that in because Catherine said, oh, he doesn't exist. But we do have an ID for his phone. In his personal files, I love you Hancock. Fan art someone sent him. Message for the great Hancock from Juliet. And this is how they first met. And that was, wow, just over a year ago. Presumably this means I could focus on tracking down Juliet. I'm sort of getting a bit concerned about how many opportunities they're giving me to focus on Juliet. Your life trust invoice? Oh yeah, because he's got the two of them. And one is much more expensive. A special health insurance covering family members. I don't think we know of any family that he has. Could be this Angela. I bet that's like a sick family member. So he was sending flowers to them to make them feel better while they're sort of recovering or just ill. And that's what the insurance is for. So I bet he's here. He's visiting Angela wherever she is. And Harrison's phone. Wow. He has a screensaver of himself on his phone. Where do we start? Quo tracking. I guess these are all the locations he's been. It will waste way too many of my uploads to put them all in. D. Schwartz. Ooh. Oh, yeah, there's Nina, isn't it? Oh, wow. Okay. That is very worrying. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe it is him. It was Harrison after all. Well done, investigator. Make sure we have all the relevant locations where he might be hiding. Yeah, that's Angela. That's gotta be Angela. Sky chat. Hey Jude, happy birthday, Jude Hull? That's a really weird thing to say. She died a slow and agonizing death somewhere between two clubs on a certain weekend. Is that sorry not sorry? That's really weird. That implies that Harrison did something to stop this Judy Hull from partying. I mean, the only thing that springs to mind is like a child, but that's all I can think. Nailed it. Angela got the flowers. Angela is his mother. He has his girlfriend in his phone as M-Babe. Ugh. I guess I'm gonna have to focus on him then. I guess I have a choice. I can either provide information about Juliet or about Harrison. I don't think I have time for both. First of all, lives with his mother. And then I guess all of these, I was hoping to narrow it down. Outskirts camping, Stelligan Avenue, Orchard Drive, Penn Street, Portobello Road. That's the last location. Initiate's contacting Juliet now. I think I've just worked out who Initiate is. This wasn't a very long conversation. He introduced himself. She asked what he wants, and he said he wants to know what happened to Thought. And that the bombings are confusing him. Was it Thought or was it a government setup? There's information that Initiate helped dox Symes, but I know that she won't want to hear it, and I don't really have the data chunks in order to post it. She asked him to do it again, so my opinion of Juliet has just gone down quite a bit. He finds out that Abe is back, and that they know each other by coincidence. So I reckon they're both clients of Joseph. Juliet invited him to the gathering, he reckons it's a trap, and that's all. I was thinking maybe Victor Rosen was secretly Initiate, but I don't think it lines up. I thought he was one of Joseph's clients, but he isn't. Another email from Not Abraham. Initiate, I need to apologize to you for remaining silent for a long time. I've been working out a plan in hiding. I'm aware of your capabilities. You need to stop trying to tear down walls, running through open doors, and then an IP address, 4 PM. So he's just invited him to the message. So why would he do that now, right after he just spoke to Juliet? Ooh. Something else is going on Harrison's phone. Did I miss something? Oh, the contacts, of course. A mobile number for Jules and Cass. And an update to her thing? Stelligan University webmail. It is her. She goes to the Stelligan University webmail, and then, like, seconds later, Initiate gets an email from him? Oh, shit. Oh, it is her. Writes mails as Abraham Goldfels. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. It came from his phone, which he doesn't currently have. In this conversation, he said his phone was gone. This is important. He lost his phone? I thought he would be attached to it. He lost his phone. Juliet has it. This mail was sent to Nina from Abraham Goldfels on Harrison's phone that Juliet has. She heard from Initiate, and then suddenly an email comes from Abraham to Initiate, inviting him after she found out about his skills. Coincidentally, at the same time that Juliet logged on to the university mail, from which she could email as Abraham. She's the one. I've only got 8 uploads left. I need to put her work email, and hopefully this will have something incriminating. I don't think that got me anything. Okay, another mobile phone for Juliet. I think I just need to get everything I can on her, just in case. Good, keep an eye on her as well. Well, it is her. She is the... Yeah, there we go. Right. Hit straight away. Victor Rosen. Okay, I'm definitely on the right track. Victor Rosen, the CEO of her company, just called her. She hung up on him. She wasn't supposed to be working over the weekend. Why is she at work then? And there is a device, a mobile, registered under her account. Let's see. Her and Abraham? Oh, shit. Oh, I really fucked up. I worked this out too slow. But I know she won't be there. That's okay. Phew. I know she will not be at any of these locations because she specifically said she would not go anywhere she'd been in the last 24 hours. There's a mobile number for Abraham and one for Cassandra. I don't think I need that. Juliet suggested Freedom Plaza route to Cassandra. I don't know why that's particularly important. Abraham used to work at Rosen. She's yelling at her father, or text yelling. And now Juliet has gone full evil. You'll see. I'll make you see. Right, don't hide anywhere. She has been in the last 24 hours. A useful hint. If you encounter any hints to hideout locations, be sure to validate them by checking where they have stayed before. I don't have any hints. I've only got 3 data chunks left. I'm going to start knocking off ones that aren't relevant, because there are so many that are just like left that I need to work out which ones are important. Oh, I really screwed up by putting in all those locations for, what's his name, Harrison. That lost me like 6 chunks. Oh, I don't think I have enough chunks to do this. So the ones I have left is an alias of Dixon. These 5 locations which I know she won't be at. I kind of feel like that one, because why would she have the number for someone who doesn't exist? Except maybe as a cover? And then I'm thinking maybe I should put that one in because that's like the second recent reference to Cassandra, along with the fact that she's implied to have set Cassandra up as the full person, the scapegoat. And then there's the connection between her and him, that he worked there, but I don't think that's important. I think we've established that she knows him. I'm going to have to start making some guesses. I'm going to have to put one of the numbers in. I really don't know. I don't think that anything will come from putting this one in because she's still in prison. But that one, I don't think anything will come of it because I don't think he exists. Oh, Portobello Road is his address. And that's where they were hiding out. That's where she and Harrison were hiding. Stelligan Avenue is presumably the university. I don't know what Penn Street is. Well, I've got to say that these are completely different. That's in the right place, but Stelligan Avenue was up here on Juliet's one, and Penn Street was down there. Okay, I'm going to put Goldfeld's home number in here. I don't know. I don't know what I expect to happen. Well, that implies I just fucking wasted it. I think I have to trust that we're getting Cass's one for a reason. Like maybe it's full circle and she's going to hide out with Cass or something. I really don't know. I'm out of ideas and I'm out of data chunks. Oh no. I'm out of ideas completely. I'm certain that Juliet is now the mastermind, but I don't know how to A, prove it, and B, I have no idea where she is. Oh, the 16th was a Sunday. I swear it was Saturday yesterday. I think I'm getting confused. I'm sorry. The last thing is this, I guess. I'm out of time. I have no idea where she is. This is suggesting Cassandra was coerced into being at Freedom Plaza by Juliet. It's 4 PM. I'm getting intervention teams on all of the locations, but I don't know where she is. And we're being hacked. Something is very wrong about Juliet. Good. Oh. Orwell's being wiped. Someone's hacking Orwell. It's Initiate. A call. Oh, this is the conference call. Oh, Juliet had Initiate hack us, or maybe? Is this working? Anybody here? I didn't know if you would still be around. Neither Cassandra nor Joseph are here. Oh, Initiate. Holy crap. Yeah. He's reading the transcript. Yeah, he's Initiates in Orwell. Abe sent me an IP address. Juliet sent him the IP address that Juliet was getting from work at Rosen. That's what she was doing over the weekend. She was researching Orwell in order to get him the IP to log on. Oh, I had a quick look at his file. Yeah, Initiate knows that he's dead quite some time ago. Juliet's faking it. Ah, damn. This was my chance to get Initiate on side. Maybe. Initiate's pleased. Yes. Yes. No? What do you mean you? Juliet, you? Oh, good. At least Juliet admits it. You two ruined everything for Abraham and for Thought. Juliet, it was necessary only when things are at their darkest will people listen. I'm so glad that I proved it enough, but I still have no idea where she is, if it's even possible to work out where she is. Initiate's having a go at her. Thought needed to be destroyed. That was the point. Orwell labelled you all target persons and investigated you all, screwed up your lives. So she knew about Orwell and used all of this as a way to out it. Yeah, Abraham worked on Orwell, I knew about that. So he confided in Juliet and basically set her on this path. Initiate's asking why she'd do this gathering. One person. Oh. What? So she needed to convince Symes. Talking to me? I knew you had to be around when everyone would come together. Initiate was just a windfall. Investigator, I have a question for you. Now that you saw Orwell firsthand, do you really think this system will help anyone? Do you think the government would not spy on you as well? Think again, they evaluate even you. Abe knew that. But you can stop it. You became recruited for being outside the system, outside the nation. What if we show people what they store about you? That no one is outside the system. Upload the data they have on you, incriminating yourself. Wow, why would I do that? Why would he cooperate? The government will be after me. The evaluation is supposed to be a safety net. If I incriminate myself, they'll be forced to prosecute me. Okay, Initiate's offering a counter-argument. I can either out myself, or I can out the head of security. Juliet doesn't think that going after the head of security will help. Honestly, I don't know why the fuck I should help them at all. Oh, they found Harrison. Welp, my plan to gather support for you failed, investigator, but if you still want to fulfill my plan, go on and give her hell. You can tear down the entire system. When Abraham stopped his work for Rosentech and the government, he cloned all information he had and hid it in the office. I just need to find the UID of the device. So Juliet fully understands how Orwell works. You have found enough information implying that something is very wrong about Juliet Carrington. She might be our impersonator. Good. Considering we have proof against Harrison, we will primarily go after him. Finally, I thought the disturbance would never end. The back-end engineers say we had an unwanted guest. I already know it was thought. It's about time to undo them. We must be strong. We must show these people for what they are. Find a way to incriminate them together as a group. We could trace the attack back to a remote PC. Okay. Well, up until that moment right there, I was surprisingly completely on the government side. Because up until that point, we were operating against a terrorist cell. They were committing bombings. I was trying to work out who it was. I worked it out to be Juliet manipulating Nina. Nina was the actual bomber. Juliet was the mastermind. With that worked out, Juliet should be arrested, and, well, so should Nina, but Nina's now dead. I do not know where Juliet is. I don't think it was possible to actually find where Juliet was, because otherwise we couldn't have had this final choice, so at least that's a weight off my mind. So the choice is, I can either incriminate myself and show that Orwell is supervising me, and therefore that no one is exempt, and that therefore it's a corrupt system and should be taken down, or I can target Delacroix? But even that I don't like, because it's, use it against the government. And why would I do that when it is working? It is a way to stop terrorists. That can't be denied. By using this, we found a bomber. Yes, we invaded a few people's privacy, but surely finding the bomber is more important. Considering it's not anyone sort of in the... Because it's someone sort of outside that's got this information, I'm not going to do anything about it, or with it. Therefore, I reckon, at least in this instance, Orwell is a force for good. Undeniably, at least from a utilitarian perspective. But then the moment that the Secretary of Security starts saying, okay, incriminate them all, then that changes. And yes, they are trying to take down this system, and I suppose that comes back to the whole 1984 free speech thing. It's technically, it should be their free speech in order to try and take this down by convincing people it's not worth it. But the fact that we caught a bomber should imply that it is worth it, and that could lead to a debate, and it could go either way. But the choice they're giving me is either incriminate myself and take down Orwell, or incriminate the government and piss them off. There is no Orwell is good option. So I need to either find... there is an Orwell is good option, and it's corrupt Orwell. So there are three options here. Incriminate myself, incriminate my boss, or take down some relatively innocent people. This is a rather well done thing, even if it does sort of cut it a little bit fine on a couple of things. Oh, so she gave me access to Initiate's PC. Alright, let's have a snoop. Initiate was working to find me. I have a name for Initiate. Aha. So this is the incriminating evidence. If I take this statement out of context, I will have Goldfell's announcing an intention to create a terrorist cell. But by the sound of it, that's what Initiate wanted. You will always be the one to initiate my thoughts. Huh. Initiate found out about Orwell and the fact that it came into being in response to the bombings. Initiate's sister says knock knock, that's where he got it from. He has a sister that he left in South Africa after he moved to the nation. So that's him and his sister. Let's see what Catherine's got then. Why are you looking at my computer? You're supposed to trace the source of the intrusion. Leave it alone now. See, as advanced as Orwell may be, it won't gather much from a switched-off PC. Goodbye. You'll find you'd wishing that you'd listened to my... whatever she said, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I may have fucked up there. I don't know what to do. I reckon if I could have just arrested Juliet, that would have been fine. I would have been perfectly happy arresting Juliet, and that's the end of the job. We got the mastermind, we got the bomber, sorted, everyone else goes home. But that isn't an option. I think I'm going to put in all of the data chunks that I didn't have time for before, and hopefully I'm not going to get my ass handed to me for doing what I did. Oh, we have a related document to Dixon. A night to remember. This is just a post about their first peaceful protest, that it went very well, but that Hancock and Nina didn't think it was ambitious enough. Yeah, that was a dead end. That wouldn't have got me any information. And we have a related document for Goldfell's working at Rosen. Contractor information. He worked on Demiurge, which is Orwell. Entry 4 flawed. Ooh. Abraham Goldfels developed the so-called ethical codex, which has been renamed Orwell. Right, this is the device. This was a post he never made public because he didn't think anyone would listen. So this is the way for me to get that PC. So if I can't hack Catherine... Oh, all these are futile works. Oh, it's me, George. That was the name I put in, like, episode 1. Okay, that's a very odd thing to have. What the fuck is this? It's them talking about how the name Orwell came to be used, and it's like, do you know how Orwellian this is? And he goes, oh, that's a perfect name. People will associate Orwell with safety and security. What? No. Just depression and pigs. Abraham really did design Orwell. He's the one who came up with the idea of not just an investigator, but an advisor. And this is when he met Initiate. The problem with this system is that no matter what I said was the case, they believed. Because they didn't have a choice. They didn't know any better. So if someone less nice than me decided to pin it all on someone, then that's, they have no choice but to believe me. To make things worse, they introduced a third human element to oversee the other two and make sure they do not misuse their powers. This is an interesting sort of rule for Orwell. I'm reading through the ethical codex, it's fascinating stuff. The investigator cannot browse. I can only go from page to page that I find a direct connection. This is what's probably the final conversation between Juliet and Goldfels, in which he tells her to delete the backup. What would putting this in there do? Is this the incrimination of Juliet? Here's the message from Juliet under the disguise of Abraham to Nina, telling her to do this, to plan the bombings. I think this is the incriminating information I have that it's Juliet. And I think that is what I have to do. I have to prove that it was Juliet. My boss won't be happy. They won't be happy, but this is the right thing to do. I hope I haven't completely burned the bridge by trying to hack my boss. I've been trying for like 20 minutes to find enough information to convict Juliet, but I can't find it. I have to pick to incriminate either myself or her. I think it's got to be her. Not because I want to save myself, but because she was willing to throw them all under the bus for the sake of this. And I'd rather she go down personally than Orwell in its entirety. So even though I can't get onto her PC, I might be able to still get enough. Dragging all the basic information for her has given me something new. Her account on the party. She has a planned meeting with a security company and her personal phone number. So I'm now on her phone. That's presumably her son. She has a son called Francis. And today she's worried about her son, so she's going to get him from school. Did you ask George about the leakage? She didn't ask. No one's asked me about leakage. She's in a relationship with someone called Ed. Oh, wow. She regards the bombings as a blessing. She leaked the information to the National Beholder about Thought, presumably. Okay then. It's time to take her down. Oh. That was all I needed, just one of them. Oh, that was all? I couldn't have given both? I guess if I gave one, it's implied I would have given both. Why would it cancel Orwell? Bombing mastermind arrested. Yeah, nice. Investigator wanted for arrest. Oh, now I'm a different investigator. Has insider information on Orwell, so they didn't actually cancel it. Yeah, alright, I say that's a fair outcome. And that, I guess, is Orwell Season 1. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a bit frustrating in parts where it had adventure game logic, bizarrely, in an investigative game, but I would say overall that played things very well. With the twists and the way that there were enough clues for me to piece it together before it was just outright told to me. There were a couple of times where they had to just spell things out and I just didn't get it. But I'd say there were enough times where I correctly guessed things that I can feel sort of proud of myself. This was a fascinating game, and I'm very glad there's a Season 2 that I can play. But that was really fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. Remember that if you want to have your say on future first impressions, please consider pledging to my Patreon linked in the description. If you haven't already, check out Impressions 1st through 4th. Be on the lookout for Orwell, Ignorance is Strength first impressions at some point. And I will catch you later.